Alright, so as many of you may know, I have a wonderful twin sister. Her name is Kelly O'Neill. Obviously, I'm the cooler and better all-around twin, and I know this weighs heavily on Kelly. I can see her jealousy boiling over all the time. But when we were little, it got to the point where actions needed to be taken. So I'm going to tell you about the time Kelly O'Neill tried to kill me. One day, our 3-year-old toddler selves were playing in the garage. We loved to stretch out the bungee cords and play around with our toys in the vast space of the garage. That day, I happened to get bored and ventured towards the workbench, where my dad kept all of his tools. The bench was built so it was just out of the reach of our little arms, so we couldn't get hurt by any of the tools, or so my parents thought. On this lovely day, one of the tape measures happened to not been put back in its place and laid on the floor, so I decided to pick it up. I was very confused at first at how this new innovative toy worked, but soon I was seeing how far I could stretch out this new contraption. This action caught the eyes of Kelly, and she came over to see what this action was all about, but I was not having it. I found this toy first, and it was mine and only mine. Kelly persisted on wanting to see it and forcefully grabbed the rolled up end. I ran away with my hand clenched around the tape measure, extending farther and farther away until I was stopped by the garage door. I turned to look at her, and in one swift motion, Kelly yanked the tape measure without warning. This violent pulling action caused it to be ripped out of my hand with my 3 middle fingers being gashed open. Blood soon started pouring out of my fingers, and it would not stop. I was a real man at 2 and didn't cry at all. JK, I hurt a lot, so I cried. My parents rushed me to the hospital and pinned me down to the surgery table while the doctors gave me 5 stitches. Throughout this traumatic experience, my wonderful sister sat anxiously outside the surgery room, praying that her favorite brother had survived the attack. She would not speak to anyone, and even when my mom offered her a rocket popsicle, she would not take it or talk to anyone until she saw that I was okay. Finally, after my surgery was over, Kelly came in and saw that I had in fact survived her attempt to kill me, and we ate our rocket popsicles together. Looking from the outside, you might think that Kelly and I fight a lot and don't get along, but that's only true some of the time. I feel that our twin bond that we share has made us into the people we are today. From fighting, we've learned how to coexist and, for one thing, share each other's toys. When we started playing soccer at about 5 years old, my grandpa would give us a whole 25 cents for every goal we scored. And to the eyes of a 5-year-old, that's literally $1 million. So every game I would compare my lump of cash to Kelly's. I always had to beat her. I had to score more goals than her. I remember one game we were winning 10-0, but that still wasn't enough. I wanted another 25 cents. My dad ran onto the field and held me back and had to tell me to pass the ball instead of score. Because of this twin-driven competition I have with Kelly, I've become a better competitor in all aspects of my life. From sports to school to music, you name it, I have to be better than Kelly. I can't thank you enough, Kelly, for the person you've shaped me to be, and can never repay you for that. I wouldn't want to call anyone else my sister but you. I know that we'll get separated in college, but I know we won't skip a beat. For all you siblings out there, I just wanted to say that even though you hate your sibling at times, you'll look back on them and be thankful that you are in your life. They challenge you, strengthen you, and make you into a better person you would be without them. Thank you. Shout outs. Mr. Holloway, I used to hate reading and used to spark note everything until you made us read The Great Gatsby. Thank you for teaching me the power of words and being the best advisor anyone could hope for. Mike, you're an awesome guitar player, and be sure to invite me to Riku's wedding. Your Riku's wedding. Neil, go big or go home. You taught me the art of rapping and all the gang signs plus their, where they live. You really opened my horizons and stay yoked. Caleb, never stop watching anime or taking Snapchats in the shower of you singing at the top of your lungs. You really helped me through the hardest times, and I'll never be able to repay you. Sylvia, even though your dad is cooler than you, I can't thank you for the laughs and fun times we've had. Katara, you've been my best friend since kindergarten, and I don't think you know how much it means. Even though my mom hated you when you were little, I think her opinion of you has changed. Thank you for making me a better soccer player and musician, and I'm gonna miss you, man. Hannah, I don't think I've ever met anyone that I could talk to for hours. Our long car rides are my favorite, and I can't wait to make many more memories with you, beautiful. I know you'll do amazing in college and you'll always be my Henajong. Nick, you've changed my life and put a purpose with it at God at the center. I never thought 1 week could be so impactful. Thank you for the work you've done, and I know you'll do big things in ministry. Mom, thank you for loving me unconditionally. I know I make mistakes, but no matter what I do, I know you'll still love me. By the way, when I leave, if you ever need help using your super complicated iPhone, you know who to FaceTime if you can find the button. I love you. Dad, I know I complain about your lunches a lot, but I feel like I'm going to regret them when I have to eat the same thing in college for a week straight. Thank you for coaching me through sports and not being a crazy baseball dad. It truly opened my life to see that there are more things than just sports. And by the way, if you want to get beaten in golf, you know who to call. Kelly, obviously this whole speech is about you, but I just want to say that I couldn't have asked for a better sister than you. I know you'll kill it in Denison, and I'm going to watch all the live streams of you smacking down the girls how you used to do to me in the yard. I love you. Thank you.